Good morning, students. Today in this video lecture, we are going to study tense. As you all know, the definition of tense. Tense is what? It shows the time of action. Whether the action has happened in past, it's happening in present, or it will happen in future. You all know there are 12 various kinds of tenses. In that, today we will start the present tense. In the present tense, we have four subtenses, that is simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous. In this video, we will discuss about simple present tense and present continuous tense. First, we will see the use of simple present tense. First use of simple present tense is to indicate the present time, to refer to actions and events that are going on not only at the time of speaking but will also continue in the future. Suppose the example, I teach English. It doesn't mean that at the time of speaking only I am teaching, but it is the action which I was doing for a long time and it will be continued. So for those actions we will use simple present tense. Second is, we use the simple present tense to express general truths and scientific facts. The sum of the three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. This is what? It's a scientific fact. So for scientific facts and general truth, we are using simple present tense. We use the simple present tense in proverbs and maxims, like charity begins at home. Proverbs. For proverbs and maxims, we are using simple present tense. We use the simple present tense in expressions to specify the actions that are perceived to be permanent. The flight to Mumbai leaves in the evening. It is what? It is an action which is going to be happen in future. It is permanent action. It takes 4 hours to travel from New Delhi to Jaipur by road. This is what? This is an action which is perceived to be permanent. It is not going to change. Means traveling from New Delhi to Jaipur always takes 4 hours. So it is a permanent action, a permanent truth. For those things, we are using simple present tense. We use the simple present tense to indicate regular or habitual actions. Any action which is going as a habit, as a regular action, like Garima and her friends walk to school. Father never misses his breakfast. These are what? Regular actions, habitual actions. For those kind of actions, we are using simple present tense. Next is, we use the simple present tense to express professional activities and natural qualities. Teachers exercise great patience in dealing with mischievous students. If vegetables are overcooked, they lose their nutritional value. These are natural quality. Second example is of natural quality and first example is of professional activities. So for these kind of situations, actions, we are using simple present tense. We use the simple present tense in factual writing to express how a process is done. Boil the milk till it is reduced to half the quantity. How a process is done. Okay, a factual writing. In factual writing, to express how a process is done. For these situations, we are using the simple present tense. Now next we have present continuous tense. Let's see the use of present continuous tense. The present continuous tense is used to express something that is going on at the time of speaking. Means those actions which are going on at the present time at the time of speaking. Continuous. You can also understand this concept by the word continuous, that it is for those actions which are in continue, which are continuing. First, like we are studying in class 8, we are walking to school. At the time of speaking or in the present time, these actions are continuing. So for that we are using present continuous tense. Next is, we use the present continuous tense to emphasize something that is happening in the present and is continuing for an indefinite period of time. Like Sheila is traveling these days. It doesn't mean that at the time of speaking Sheila has started traveling. But what it means, that she is traveling from many days. And at the time of speaking also she is traveling. So the action started in the past, but it is still continuing in the present. Third is, we use the present continuous tense to talk about events that have been planned or arranged to take place in the future. Like father is leaving for Germany next month. See, next month. It means it has not happened. It is not happening. It is going to be happen in the future, but it is planned. It is already planned for the future. So for those actions which are already planned to be happen in the future, we are using present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense to indicate a progressive change that is happening. Any changes which is progressive, like the patient's condition is improving gradually, it is the change which is a progressive change. So, a progressive change, if it is happening in the action, we use present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense to denote actions that occur frequently. He is always missing his practice sessions, always missing. This action is happening frequently. So for those we are using present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense to indicate habitual actions that are new or specify the actions that are temporary. Mother is leaving early for work these days. Means it is a temporary action for these days. These days means earlier she was not leaving early, but now she started leaving early for the work. So it is temporary actions, but it is happening right now in the present. So these are few uses of present continuous tense. And here in the next page you see this column is given as remember. It's very important because there are such verbs in which we are not using the present continuous tense. These verbs like admire, believe, feel, smell, taste, like, hear, know, imagine, recall, etc. are not generally used in the present continuous tense. You will learn all these words. The fact is actually what? We do not use the present continuous tense to express activities of the mind or of the senses which express feelings or emotions. Those verbs which show feeling or emotion, we don't use present continuous tense with that. We use simple present tense with those. We do not use the present continuous tense for verbs which denote a conditioned state which is regarded as permanent at the time of speaking. Okay, those actions, those situations which are regarded as permanent at the time of speaking, like Shweta is resembling her mother. Not resembling, she looks like her mother. Okay, it is a permanent action. So here we will not use present continuous tense because it can't change. If she is resembling like her mother for many time of throughout the life, she can resemble like her mother. So it is a permanent action. So we don't use present continuous tense here. We use simple present tense, like Shweta resembles her mother. We use simple present tense for those actions. So this is very important, this part. You will learn these verbs which will not be used in present continuous tense. Now children, see the sentence structure of these two tenses, simple present tense and present continuous. These things are not given in the book. So I am teaching you separately. I have prepared a note and I will click a snap of it and I will post it as your assignment. You will copy down this part in your grammar copy. See the sentence structure of simple present tense. We have seen the uses. What is the sentence structure now? First, understand the concept of first person, second person and third person. First person is what? I and we. Second person is you. Third person is he, she, it, which considered singular because these pronouns denote singular person. And they is plural because it denotes plural, more than one. So simple present tense always have two sentence structure. First is for first and second person, like I, we, you, and third person plural, they. For I, we, you and they, we have this sentence structure. Subject plus verb's first form plus object. Like I go to school. Subject, verb first form, object. Okay, this is the sentence structure of for first and second person and third person's plural in simple present tense. The negative will be I don't go to school. We use do not. Interrogative, do you go to school? Now for third person singular, like for he, she, it or any name which is singular, the sentence structure is subject plus verb's fifth form plus object. He goes to school. Now fifth form is goes. Those who are not knowing the 5 forms of verb, see, every verb has 5 forms. V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. I have written the verb form of do. First form, the verb as it is. Second form of do is did. Third form, done. Fourth form means verb plus ing. When we add ing with the main verb, it forms V4. And V5 is what? When we add s or es with the main verb, it forms verb's fifth form. So, goes. Goes is the fifth form of the verb go. So, for the third person singular in simple present tense, we are using this sentence structure, subject plus V5 plus object. Okay. C, negative. He does not go to school. Now, what the changes you can see here? Here we have used verb's fifth form, but here we have used verb's first form. Why we did that? Because here already we are using does, which is the fifth form of the verb do. So already because we have used a verb's fifth form, so there is no need to use the fifth form again. So always remember, wherever in the sentence you are using does not or does, you will never put another fifth form of verb. It will be verb's first form. So here in the affirmative sentence, it will be fifth form, but in negative and interrogative sentence, it will be the first form. Okay. Now, present continuous tense. What is the sentence structure? It's very simple. It is subject plus is am are plus verb's fourth form plus object. Is am are you will use according to the subject. If the subject is singular, you will use is. If the subject is I, you will use am. If the subject is plural, you will use are. Verb's fourth form means what? Verb plus ing. Like he is going to school. He subject is going, helping verb plus main verb, to school object. In negative, you simply have to add not. Rest things will be same. And in interrogative, as you know, the verb will come first, then the subject, then the main verb and the object. Nothing will be changed in negative and interrogative. So, you will note down this whole part, the whole sentence structure of present, simple present tense and present continuous to your copy, in your grammar copy, and you will prepare a note and you will try to solve the exercises. In the next video, I'll discuss about present perfect tense and present perfect continuous. Thank you everyone.